is September 2009, and I'm Roxanne Grinage, founder, higherlyrics.org. Also, you can come to www.higherlyrics.org, HIRELYRICS.org, to learn more about what's going on with this particular situation, and with all situations, and how we have developed a practice model that demonstrates that in the trenches, Americans are qualified to make contributions to administrative solutions for traditionally systemized administrative challenges. All right, family court corruption, official corruption of attorneys, and fat cat and gorge judges, and so on. Privileged classes are not the only people, criminals, that are benefiting from unchallenged, unfair positioning that's just been traditionally evolved not to be challenged or questioned. So there's IRS, that's a machine. Social Security Administration has become a machine. Corrections, incarceration, they're all machines. Police brutality is a machine. You know, occurring personal injury while in the custody of so-called law enforcement. These are machine-like administrative processes having administrative challenges, and we are demonstrating they also have administrative solutions. Any mechanized attack warrants and requires a mechanized solution, you know, personality and emotionally independent. Even though it is quite emotional when your life is being destroyed and your family's being destroyed. So we have a prototype of the the U.S. Citizens Control Public Search Incident Reporting Docket Database, which is an administrative solution. It's an invention of an administrative tool that is going to reveal and leverage two-way accountability for exactly what is happening to the implementation of the stimulus funding that it was very goodwill and progressively sent our way. And it's going to reveal where it's siphoned off at and who is siphoning it off criminally. And it's going to always be the official corrupt attorneys, judges, evaluators, and people that are positioned to do so, either from criminal intent. We're proving that much of this is criminal intent, from especially in the family court, the CPS arena. That system, there are actually federally funded financial incentives. So they start out premeditating. They start out being criminally intended because they're financially incented. They have no care whatsoever about what's best for the children. But we're learning that we've already demonstrated that student loan breeds identity theft. Bank of America is actually calling overdraft checking account statements overdrafts that they can't collect otherwise. They're defrauding the U.S. Department of Education and the Internal Revenue Service by trying to collect them as student loans, so that would enable them administratively to attach people's tax refunds and so on. So there's a lot of fraud going on, and it's being accomplished administratively, and it affects our quality of life, American families' quality of life, and thereby affects our economy as to who makes it to market and who doesn't make it to market. And when our product contributors of children, especially our American workforce and product contributors, are siphoned off unfairly and disproportionately into human trafficking, modern day slavery, and the sex industry, and they're depleted and deficient and missing from our viable economy, enriching of industries of technology, engineering, military, defense, community development, mentoring, education, engineering, space travel, and so on. Then healthcare, medicine. That tells you right there that our economy is doomed if we leave this unchallenged and unchecked. People taking advantage of their court position, unquestioned so far, unfair positioning with criminal intent. All right, so the first one: donate, help morally committed victims and soldiers use internet technologies to dismantle corrupt, incompetent courts, CPS, DHS, attorneys, judges. Donations pay for basic survival needs, internet access for effective collaborative clusters. That's part of my, that's one of the components in my invention of administrative solutions to U.S. Citizens Public Control Docket Threat Database. When you have a public viewable citizens control input, a constant citizens control input, we find each other. We find each other and we collaborate and we form clusters that have much power, because we share a common purpose. The clusters identify, each collaborator identifies who has a common purpose. And you could share resources, and resources aren't always money. Resources are expertise, learning, positioning, and opportunity, and so on, passion. These are measurable variables, measurable attributes for impacting our economy: work ethic, synergy, and intent. Okay, donations pay for basic survival needs: internet access for effective collaborative clusters, safe houses, protectors can liberate, rescue children. Take your children if your local jurisdiction is just so corrupt that you can't back the police up. They're coming in after you. They're stealing your children. They don't hear you. The courts don't hear you. They're so corrupt. Your brother-in-law is a police officer whose friend is the judge and the attorney, and they're all going to lunch together and over each other's house for barbecues. Then, and they just pretty much do what they want to do. Then you just have no other choice to just liberate your children, free your children, and leave the state, and in some cases leave the country. And that's going to take money, particularly within our practice model. It says be self-sufficient, So you're going to need marketing and exposure and earnings opportunities that keep your identity under the radar, where you can aggressively market your work product contribution, even if it's not a tangible original work product contribution, but your contribution of thought, life experience, expertise, mentoring, and so on. And that all has value, and you can be employed. Okay, using the internet technologies, you can be self-sufficient after you save your children and you're in a safe house. So the funding will go to the safe houses, starting the buying of the safe houses. We'll buy them on sheriff sale. We'll buy them the rehabbed houses. We'll buy houses, fix them up so their families can live in there and have their basic needs met, including medical needs, health care, a little elementary school or high school. The kids should ideally be able to go from preschool to elementary school to high school in these safe houses, actually compounds where they'll be safe, and the protective parents or grandparents can find employment or learn about the internet technology so that they can aggressively earn employment through the help of the collaborative clusters. Okay.